Hi, Capricorn. This is going to be your reading from June 15th through the 18th. It's good for the Sun, Rising Moon, or Venus sign of Capricorn. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one person, so it won't resonate with all of you. Check your Rising Moon or Venus placements. You could find messages in those readings. If you want a reading to resonate with you 100%, book a private reading with me. The link to my website for scheduling is in the description below. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Soma Chandra family. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. We would be happy to have you here. Okay, let's get into it for you, Capricorn. I do have your spread laid out. I have been having some technology problems and I've had my feeds disrupted multiple times. I think it's just some Mercury retrograde coming into effect. I need to do Reiki on all of my equipment, I think, to help. And it has been disrupted several times. So this will be the second or third time I've had to redo a reading. All of these cards were dropped in advance. I do not choose the cards, so hopefully you guys trust me. This week looks interesting for you. You are being divinely guided, Capricorn. I think you've been in a situation that you've been back and forth with for a while, and now you're moving towards something new. I have Temperance at the bottom of the deck and the Queen of Swords. I think you're trying to be smart. I think you're trying to come up with good solutions in your life, and I think you are allowing Temperance and the angel of the divine and your guides to guide you. You might have been dealing with a Sagittarius as well, or some of you have Sag in your chart, but when I dropped this spread, your guides told me use oracle cards for them as well. They need to understand a little further what is happening in this situation. You did do the right thing. You are being smart and you are being divinely guided this week and through the end of June. From the Colette Baron Reed Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck came some pretty clear messages for you. Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. There have been a lot of detours up until now, I think, with a relationship that you've been in of some kind. And I think it's driven you a little crazy and you were frustrated. And just when you thought you understood, something changed. Coyote can appear to be a little bit of a trickster. You have been put on a path where there have been detours. And while it's been frustrating for you, it has been orchestrated for your own good. Your own soul has stepped in. Owl Spirit came out. You see clearly now. There were some things prior to this week that you didn't really understand. And this week, this owl spirit is coming to you to help you see clearly. Things you didn't see before, detours you didn't understand that made you feel like you were thwarted at every turn. You will see clearly this week what's really going on. And I think you're going to feel like you have a lot more control than you did previously. Koala Spirit came out for you. Spirit has a plan. I was like, okay, I see what's happening here. There have been a lot of detours, but now they see the light. They see very clearly now. And when Owl Spirit comes, you're meant to take everything you've learned and add it to wisdom and knowledge to help you move forward to make really good choices. Your own soul has stepped in at this point. Spirit does have a plan. Just trust in the divine detours at this point. I decided to use the Island Times Wellness deck because I had a feeling this was very much about either a romantic relationship or a family relationship, or it might have had to even do with work or career, and it was very significant, but I wanted to get a little bit further information for you. Cassette came out, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over in your head. You guys have been thinking about this situation a lot and playing it over and over again like a cassette tape. It is in those moments that I think you realized you were conditioned to respond a certain way. And I think that's where this week you'll get a little bit more information. I think it will come from just you replaying it over and over again, and you'll start to go, oh, I see clearly now what's happening for me. Passion came out, insane chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. I think this was a situation with a person where there was a lot of chemistry and passion, and you did have a lot of fun together, but karmic relationship came out with it. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. I think you had a lot of feelings for a person or thought that you could. But it was fleeting. It triggered you, possibly this other person. There has been turmoil and resentment, but there are lessons to be learned from these karmic situations, despite the passion. So try to get out of your head about it because it's outdated thinking. And once you get all the facts and move forward, you will see that Spirit does have a plan for you moving forward. timing hasn't been right in this situation, and there have been a lot of detours for a reason. You are being divinely guided. I think it was meant to give you a chance to have a little bit more control with the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles is here. So being really grounded now. Moving forward, you will feel better. I also have the Fool here. Are some of you having a baby? Or is there a pregnancy involved? Or are you just meant to start a new cycle? I think it's also possible that you are feeling very grounded and practical and ready for being committed in your life, but you might have someone else who's not quite ready for that. That's also possible. Okay, so let's see what's going on at the center of it all for you. This week, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The challenge is the Four of Wands. So there might have been a situation that you were very hopeful for a return on your investment. You were taking a long-term view. You wanted sustainable results, but it gets to the point where you feel like you're waiting in futility. And I think this week you're like, I'm no longer having long-term vision here. I realize this was something maybe short-term. I can't just stand here in this garden by myself and expect results. I can't wait for a return on my investment at this moment. But the challenge is the Four of Wands. The challenge is once you realize that your own soul and spirit has a different plan and that you might have been in an outdated karmic situation, despite the insane chemistry, the challenge is you might want to have a homecoming with someone. This might have to do with your home and your foundation. The challenge is keeping that stability now and sort of reformulating a new plan for yourself where you can make a long-term investment. And the challenge is for some of you, you may be wanting to get together with someone still, but as you can see in this deck, she's standing here by herself holding that wreath out like, hey, come on, don't you want to come and hang out? I think another person might not, or just learning how to have this stability on your own at the moment. And I get that challenge. What's driving you? The Tower in reverse, Scorpio energy. No more blowouts. I think what's driving you right now is that you are avoiding future disaster and situations that will look like this for you. I think you see that that could be coming very much so in the future if you were to have stayed on present course. And this week you'll go, no, I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to have a tower moment right now. I would like to avoid that. Thank you very much. In the past, I have the Page of Swords. So constantly on guard and on edge. This is being open to new ways to communicate. This is being thirsty for knowledge and curious and wanting to know more, but feeling insecure until you do. I think you were waiting and waiting and waiting for something. But at this point, I think you realize, I think it would just bring a tower that I'm not quite willing to have. And I don't think I can make a long-term investment at this point with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, that challenges maybe wanting to have a foundation or a homecoming with a person or a situation, but the challenge this week will be just figuring out how to do that from where you are now moving forward. I love what you're thinking about and what your crowning thought is. This is always sort of the advice built into the reading typically, but I just ask them, your guides, what is Capricorn thinking about all the time right now the most? Ace of Cups to the Three of Cups. I think that you are looking to start new cycles in your life that will be filled with love, creativity, happiness, harmony. This is about friendship. This is about openly dating. This is about creative, collaborative projects where everyone gets along and it feels great. This is what you're thinking about the most this week. This is positive. This is good. This is healthy and constructive and overflowing from your heart chakra. I think that's really great. What you're doing this week, though, and I felt a little bit of a pull in my heart chakra over this, Knight of Cups to the Star. I think you guys really do want to pour into something from the heart. Some of you are dealing with an Aquarius or a Libra, maybe. Of course, not necessarily. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here as well. I think you guys really want to pour into your life from the heart in this very creative, romantic, charming, beautiful, imaginative way. And you're pouring into this healing energy of the star. The star is where we're happy and we're positive and we're motivated and we're free. We wish on a star. We want to feel like the star. This is healing after a tower moment. The star comes after the tower. So perhaps for some of you moving forward, what's driving you is healing from a tower moment. seeing them coming a mile away because you see clearly now, like, owl spirit, it's wise seeing. You can see this coming now. And I think that you are pouring into your life in a way that's really healthy and really beautiful and really positive. You might have made a very grand sweeping, or you might this week make a very grand sweeping emotional gesture, but the star is where we pour into ourselves. You are hopeful for a renewal and you feel this way. I clarified it one more out just to see what's going on. The Queen of Cups. I notice this Queen of Cups is pointed back in towards herself. Some of you, this Queen of Cups is another person, and you are very, very hopeful that between the two of you, there will be this healing and this renewal. But the star is something that we get all on our own. I feel like what you're doing this week, Capricorn, is being the Queen of Cups towards yourself. She's saying, heal and love and be emotionally stable and intuitive and compassionate and caring towards yourself. Some of you are hoping for this kind of energy to come into your life, but I see that you're embodying it and you're starting new cycles from the beginning with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. This is how we build strong romantic relationships, friendships, even business partners. I see you wanting to get along with everyone in your life, and you're willing to be the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, or you're wanting to draw that energy in towards yourself. That's really beautiful and healthy. Make sure you're willing to allow sudden shifts to happen. The only thing I would say about the Tower is that sometimes when the Tower comes in reverse, we refuse to let the tower fall. There could have been a sudden shift or something happened out of nowhere that was very chaotic. I think that this is you recovering from that and avoiding that happening in the future. But make sure you're not standing there wishing on a star, loving, loving, loving a person and failing to see any of the chaos that was there previously. Sometimes the tower can mean that. But I don't think so. I think you guys are getting over something. The way you see yourself, Page of Wands in reverse to the Empress in reverse. So something's happened that this week will make you feel a little shaken. The Empress is a Taurus or a Libra. Sometimes it is a married woman. Sometimes it is a mother. This could be you. This could be an energy you're connecting to. I think you're redirecting your energy right now with this Page of Wands in reverse. The Page of Wands is the herald of communication. He is excited. He wants to discover more. He's a free spirit. When the Page of Wands comes in reverse, we reform our ideas. We redirect our energy inward. We face the things about ourselves that we believe limit us, and we go on a bit of a spiritual journey. I think that this is meant to help you, if you are the Empress here, Capricorn, to realize where you've been creatively blocked up. Realize that you might not feel as committed to a situation as you thought you were. Some of you might even be going through a divorce, or you're feeling like, I just heard I'm not your mommy. For some of you feel like you don't see long term success here. And with the Empress in reverse, she needs more self care. You're going to feel a little less grounded this week and a little creatively blocked up. There might not be a lot of fertile ground in a situation as well. And just work through that. You're on the right path. Um, avoiding tower moments and refocusing on new things and allowing spirit to guide you. At least you can say you're pouring into your heart and your life and your dreams. And you do have this cup of love. The Empress is the queen of all queens, okay? You've got this Queen of Cups down, okay? And I do notice that a few cards down is the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So you've got those three queens good and centered in you. So don't expect perfection out of yourself this week. This week will be a week where you get regrounded and you find your creative blocks. You address any health issues, any issues of codependency you might have had. And again, this might just be a person that you don't want to deal with anymore if you're a masculine or a feminine as well. For some of you, this is your mother. You're like, well, I'm not talking to my mom about it. So it might be that as well. I took a pretty good look at the energy around you and I did a lot of clarification. I'll pull these over so you can see them. The way they see themselves is death in reverse to the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, this person might be married. This person might be very concerned with long-term stability. They might not want something to end here with death in reverse because for them, there's a lot of money and stability and long-term success involved. So when death comes in reverse, we have a hard time letting something go and getting over it, or they might simply not be able to end something or not want to in their life, either in this relationship or somewhere else in general, because there's long-term marriage, family, and stability that is what's ultimately driving them. Like if this is a married person that you've had a relationship with and you're not married to them, they won't end that relationship because there's a lot at stake for them. Even if it's not a marriage, this person might be having a hard time letting go of the ending because for them, there's a lot at stake, in particular with long term financial stability, and family might be involved as well. The way they feel about you, Seven of Swords in reverse. I clarified that with the Page of Cups in reverse and the King of Wands. I think this person wants your attention, or they think that you want theirs. This person feels a little guilty about something. They feel like they cheated themselves, they kidded themselves. The Seven of Swords comes in reverse when we get caught with something. It's an insecure feeling. It's where we have cheated ourselves, kind of kid ourselves, or we realized I just can't be flexible and adaptable in this situation. I can't get out of this situation like the lone wolf. We can't quite get away in a situation the way we want to. We felt insecure to begin with. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sneaking around like this. So this person does feel guilty to some degree, I think, or they've caught themselves. At the end of the day, they know the truth. I don't think they want to open up to you emotionally, or they might be standing here waiting for you to come to them. This King of Wands likes attention. He visualizes long-term success. So this person might have just wanted you to have a relationship with them that was based more on passion and friendship and that served them. If you're the King of Wands, if you're a masculine, I don't know that they wanted to have a long-term serious commitment with you. They might want to give you some attention physically, or there might be a very passionate can draw to you, but ultimately they can't open up to you emotionally. They're blocked up. They might even cancel plans at the last minute or something, or emotionally they sort of halt themselves. Their actions towards you, Ten of Wands in reverse, clarified by the Wheel, the Three of Wands, and the Lovers. Uh, Overall, I'll be honest, this person's just moving on. I think that they would start another cycle with you. But they have more than one choice with the Three of Wands and the Lovers. They may appear to have turned their back on you and been like, you win some, you lose some. I'll tolerate the ups and downs. I think that they might be willing to have another cycle with you. They might be waiting for a turning point, but until that time, they're going to let it go. They may see you as a lover, in particular with the King of Wands here and the Lovers. But the Lovers has choices, and they are looking for other opportunities as well. They might be waiting, but I think that for them, there's some long-term stability that they are obligated to in some way, and I think that they're just going to move on. The way you feel about that, I asked Spirit, how does Capricorn feel about that? I got the Five of Swords in reverse to Justice. So this could be a married person, or this is you saying, okay, look, I'm not going to fight with you. I maybe would like to do some reconciliation and make an amends because I'm angry about this. I'm hanging on to some past resentment, but I'm not going to fight with you. But I would like justice to be served. Thank you very much. I know the truth. I'm going to be honest. I'll own my part of it. I'll weigh the cause and effect of everything. Some of you might be saying, hey, this is your justice. This is how it is. But I think that you're not willing to fight with them or with anybody else for this connection at this point. I think you're just a little triggered by it and you're going to walk away. When justice comes, it's been served. Okay. It worked out the way it was supposed to, whether we're comfortable with it or not. I think you're okay with this though, because the way you're feeling, bravo, Capricorn, Ace of Wands in the upright to the Three of Swords in reverse. So this could have been a triangulation. I do have three threes on the table here of some kind. I think that you're getting over this. I think it hurts a little bit still. And you have a little bit of negative self-talk. Don't beat yourself up. This is a card of forgiveness and optimism and releasing pain. And you want new cycles in your life that are passionate, that have true growth potential. I like this. I like that this is what you're doing. The final outcome for this week, Nine of Swords in reverse, Eight of Cups to the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This was a nightmare for a while. It was. You're getting over it. You might have some inner turmoil. You're getting past this. If you were feeling bad, you're going to start to feel better this week. And you're pretty resolved to just walk the hell away. You're like, nope, I can't even with this. This disappoints me. I'm upset about this, but I'm going to turn my back and I'm going to walk all the way away because I'm in a situation where I can't learn. I can't implement what I've learned here. I'm not being recognized and rewarded for what I bring to the table. I can't collaborate in this situation. There's a misalignment. There's a third party situation, even. Someone's lacking in commitment and apathetic. And I'm turning my back on this because I can't deal with this drama. What I see here is I can't even. I'm not doing this. I'm not. And furthermore, it's not bringing out my inner empress. If you're a masculine, I think that this person wasn't an empress for you and they just wanted you to be their daddy in some way for my masculine Capricorn, because I know that I have some here that are great guys and dolls, so swap the roles, let it resonate whichever way you want to. But you are being divinely guided with temperance here. This is moderation. This is calm, peace, perspective. We determine the purpose of something. It is the middle way. Again, I do think you see that, yes, there was a lot of passion here, but it was fleeting and it triggered you. There was so much turmoil. It was meant to teach you an important lesson. Um, Watch that you do something different. I think that you're handling that great. When the cassette tape comes out, we constantly replay something over in our heads. The way to circumvent that is to say exactly what you're thinking. You know what? I need something new that I feel good about, that I can pour my heart into. I'm going to have fun with friends. I'm going to openly date where it's cool with everybody involved. This situation isn't working out for me. Someone might have already been in a committed situation, or there's other things pulling on them that aren't working for you. I see you moving towards something new. Just remember what your oracle advice was. Spirit does have a plan. You see everything clearly now. Just trust in the divine detours. Something better is coming. You just keep walking away and be that Queen of Cups pointed back in towards yourself. Okay, Capricorn, that's your reading for the 15th through the 17th. If it resonates with you, I truly hope it helps you. Thanks for being here with me. I really love your sign. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Capricorn. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.